So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting some myths from Ash. We're going to be trying to sort out all the myths, stuff you see in the trailer. Does it work? Does it not work? How good is Ash? We're going to cover her tactical, her ult, her passive, and we're going to see some of the things that might not be clear about her ability description because it is quite brief. Anyway, let's get straight into it. If you give me stuff that mean a lot, I haven't made that too many Apex videos yet, but I'm trying to get really into it. Anyway, let's get straight into it and I'll see you in a second. So my first question when I saw the trailer is, what range does it have? And my friend is exactly 175 meters away, and we've tried 200, we've tried 180, we've tried 190, and this is the perfect range. Now if you land a snipe at this range, that is incredible because it takes like a whopping 10 seconds to even get there, but as you can see, it just clips onto him right at the end. So it is 175 meter range. Although it's very slow to travel there, now you pretty much throw it at anyone you see. You see the dummy over there, that's going to get to him. That's going to get to him perfectly easy. So we're going to go with, I'm not going to say near infinite range because obviously you can't just throw it into nothing, but it has incredible range. So I have heard complaints about Ash having a small hitbox or being hard to hit, and some Ash players have been saying they've been getting beamed themselves when playing Ash, but honestly, if you actually go through it, they've done a pretty, I'm not going that near because obviously you can give it a bit of leeway, but they've nothing on the sword. They've done a pretty good job at getting Ash's hitbox near perfect. A bit big on the shoulder, but other than that, no problems in the neck like Crypto has or had. In between the legs, you can shoot here, but when you get down to, no, you get no hits almost all the way up. And then on this side, it's pretty much the same. It is a bit wide on this side of the hip. Like, that should not be hitting. But other than a few hip issues, but she already has really small waist, so it's fair that it doesn't hit. Hitbox is pretty good. So if you have any complaints about Ash's hitbox, then I guess they're no more. It's just Ash is quite an average to small size character, which is Respawn has done a pretty good job. So Ash's tactical is obviously a lasso that kind of stays on the floor. But look, I've seen a lot of people talking, and I originally thought that you had to aim at the floor or it doesn't stick to them. But that's totally false. You can aim it not far away, but quite far away. And if they're in this kind of electric ring, the lasso instantly, or the bind instantly moves to them and drops onto the floor and tethers them no matter what. So this tether doesn't have to be aimed at the floor, and you can also actually aim it above someone and have the exact same effect. So as long as you get it in their general vicinity, again, if I just aim it above him, and if I had to hit the floor, obviously it normally wouldn't hit, I can aim it above him and it will drop to the floor. So it's just that little ring that is around it, kind of the electricity, and all they have to do is be in that and they instantly get taken down. So obviously in the trailer, Ash takes down Valkyrie, and now we're going to see if it's true. We're going to go through character abilities now and how it interacts with them. We're going to go through every single character ability that it kind of might interact with. First is Valkyrie. See, if Valkyrie flies straight up into the air and you hit her, it drags her down to the floor. But if she's high enough, she won't get dragged down fully, and she can still kind of jet up. But it does hold her in place, means she can't get any higher. So it is a very useful ability against Valkyrie. So a myth I saw was Gibby's bubble blocks Ash's tether, and I'll tell you now, I know it does. It blocks it, and it actually acts like a wall, and he doesn't get tethered unless he comes out. The second he comes out, he's tethered to that bubble and around that bubble. And this can be quite useful for stopping him from jiggling if you do it right. If you actually land the tether here and it hits him, and he might not be able to jiggle back in the bubble, so he can be quite useful, but overall Gibby kind of counters Ash's tactical totally. So, you know what, this is a really good counter and a really good thing to know, whether it's a myth or not. But, actually, none of Mirage's decoys get tethered except for him. It just automatically tethers him, and it doesn't even try and tether any of his decoys. So, just throw it into a crowd of Mirages, and it's a direct way to tell which one is the real Mirage. So, this is a really cool interaction between Pathfinder and Ash. Pathfinder is able to kind of pull his way out of the tether, but he can't get away. Even with a Pathfinder doing a really far away grapple, it just swings him back into the tether. And if he's trying to go up at all, it just drags him all the way back, and it works really well vertically. But that's it for Pathy. Octane's is quite easy. Obviously, it only makes him run faster than nothing else. I throw at him, he tries to stim sprint out, and it keeps him held there for a while, and then eventually lets him go. But this is really, really good to counter Octane or counter anyone running away. That kind of shows the usefulness of the ability. Probably the most comical to watch, this is Octane's bounce pad. Now if you just throw the tether near the bounce pad and he gets hit by it, he gets dragged straight back into that tether. And probably maybe it's best used. You can also catch anyone out of the air with a bounce pad. You can stop their trajectory, and a gravity cannon. So if you manage to ever do that, then props to you. One ability it doesn't really have effect on, and I know why, because if it's a constant pull, is the grav lift. If she grav lifts after you tether her, she kind of just goes straight up with not much effect in any way. That is just because Horizon's grav lift constantly pushes you up, and the tether from Ashe only kind of likes to pull you back once with one like hard pull, or like off one motion, and because of the way Horizon's grav lift work, it tends to not be too effective. So now we're testing what is actually faster, Ashe's portal or Wraith's portal to get there. I'm going to throw my Q against the wall, and when the second the Q hits the wall, I'm going to teleport, and he's going to pop his Q and teleport and everything. We're going to see who gets there first. I don't think this is even a competition. Well, I'm already here, and yeah, well, yeah, it's a bit embarrassing, isn't it? As the last test, we're going to compare the speed of Ashe's portal to Wraith's portal. The second my Q hits the wall, Wraith is going to run, and I'm going to ult, and we're going to see who gets to there first. And I think we already know the answer. I'll give him a bit of a head start. And yeah, I am there a lot faster. But he does go a bit further than me. He goes further than this than me, but he drops it early. But yeah, well, that's a comparison between Ashe and Wraith. And obviously, I can't go back in this. It's a one-way portal, and it lasts about half to a quarter of the time of Wraith's portal. So that's the differences. So quickly, I realized I missed quite a few things, or I missed a few myths, and I'm going to go through them really quickly with the different characters. So you can stick Ashe's Q to a Cryptodrome. Revenant does silence you, but if you have your sword out, but if you've actually already ulted, then you're immune to it. You can teleport out of Fuse's circle. Loba, if you Q her, she can just teleport away. If you Q Wraith, she can Q out, and Watson counters Ashe's Q. So yeah, they're the few things that I missed. Thank you. So thank you for watching. I just tried to get a few things out that not many people would know about Ashe, because I was really confused about what the character actually did. I actually thought the portal was two-way, and it killed me in my first Ashe game. But yeah, now hopefully you know everything. I didn't cover some of the really basic stuff, like, you know, the portal being one way, but I really hope I helped you with at least one myth, maybe one thing you thought was different. And I'll see you in the next video. Please subscribe, it means a lot. There's more Ashe content coming. I think I'm making Ashe my main, and I'm going to definitely try and get some more videos out. Anyway, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.